I regret my life choices. This place is hell. Okay, so you're a uni student or like a college student and you're gonna move to London, which is gonna be the worst decision of your life, by the way. Here's 5 things you should be getting settled first. 5 things you've got to get done the moment you land. First thing is you're gonna be getting a proof of address. So whether you're staying in student accommodation or an apartment or whatever, get some sort of proof of address. Some proof that you're renting at a place or staying at a place, because you need it to get everything sorted. The reason you need it is because you can then take it to the bank and set up a bank account. From what I've heard, HSBC UK is a mess. My theory as to why this is the case is because HSBC UK makes most of its money from illegal things, so they just can't be bothered with consumer stuff, allegedly. Except, everyone kind of knows they're the world's biggest money launderers. But I digress. So don't go to HSBC. From what I've heard from my friends, the best bank is Lloyd's, but they have taken 2-3 weeks to process my thing and they still haven't opened up my bank. But my friend walked in and immediately got a bank the same day, so I guess hit or miss. Also, my friend is really an attractive woman, so maybe she got prioritized. Sexism. Anyway, once you get a bank account, you can then do a lot of things more easily because some websites, some transactions, and some payments just don't take international bank accounts. Just recurring subscriptions in services require like a local bank account in the case of London or something. It's weird, but more importantly, having a local bank account means that you can set up a local phone line. So if you want to use a telephone with a British number, which you definitely should for setting up local things, very important, and you don't want to have to deal with prepaid stuff where you have to top up money every month, which is not very efficient time-wise or cost-wise. I still haven't fixed it yet because I still haven't got to my bank account. Lloyd's, you should get a local bank account, and that starts with getting your proof of address and doing all those things. The next thing you should be looking to get ASAP is to fix your transport. So figure out what's the best way to get around and don't spend the first few weeks just Ubering around, which is actually the thing that a lot of students do. They come here and they're like, I don't know how to take the tube, I don't know where to walk, and they just end up spending like a few £100s on Uber, and then that's not an exaggeration. I know so many people who do that. Don't be that dumb person. Do some research, just use Google Maps and learn how to navigate. It really isn't that hard, and if you're going to be living alone, you're going to need some life skills. The only fear with Google Maps is that you're going to be walking down the street holding your phone, and you might be distracted because you might have earphones in or something, and you're looking at your phone and you're holding it out in front of you, and you're like, is it that way? Is it this way? Someone's going to run past or bike past you and pull your phone and snatch it away because we're in London, baby. There's no such thing as law and safety here. It's not a safe city. Okay, London's not a bad city, but it's London. It's also not a very, very secure city. So just be careful with your belongings where you're navigating with Google Maps. My friend got his phone stolen, and another friend got his phone stolen in that same area trying to navigate with his phone in Google Maps. Which leads me to the next point, which is the third thing, safety. Make sure your safety is like prepped. Like make sure you know what to do in case of any security emergencies or like what to do to protect yourself. But like as an average person, try to avoid wearing noise cancelling headphones when you're in public, especially if you know you're in a risky area or it feels like a risky area. Try not to walk into weird alleyways, obviously for obvious reasons, and try to avoid certain regions that have been known for criminal activity, Brixton, Croydon, that kind of thing. But there's still some nice things in Croydon. Croydon has IKEA, but it's in the hood, so I don't know if I really want to go to IKEA or not, but I really want those meatballs. I digress. But security is important. It's important to stay safe, especially when you're living alone, especially when you're a student, probably on a student budget, who can't afford to replace things like a phone or a wallet that's stolen. Personally, what I do is if I'm trying to listen to music while commuting, I actually wear a pair of like crappy Apple earphones that are wired because they don't block out sound from my environment, so I can stay alert. They're also wired, so it's harder for someone to pull my phone away from me because it's connected by a wire, and they also look kind of sick because it's like a white necklace fashion accessory. That one's not important point. Fourth thing, essentials. So you're going to need to get some essentials once you become a student in London because you're moving your entire life here. You are going to bring a lot of things probably because you're probably going to be well prepared. But the thing is, even though you bring everything, you're still going to forget to bring some things. And you're going to have to buy some things here since you're only going to be able to move that much stuff over from your home country. I personally would say the best way to go around getting essentials, especially if you're on a limited budget and not like a super rich student with endless amounts of money from your parents because your parents are hella rich. If that's your situation, good for you, just have fun. But if you are someone with a limited budget, my recommendation is to just take one day and walk around every single variation of kind of convenience stores and supermarkets to understand what are the prices for the necessities that you'll be getting often, the prices of the consumer goods that you're trying to get, like where's the best place to get toilet paper that's near you, where's the best place to get food that's near you, where's the best place to get these types of groceries that's near you. Do a quick price comparison, take some small notes of the things you expect to buy the most, and just remember those, and remember where's the cheapest place, and then from there you can just keep going to those same places and you don't have to do research ever again. As for things like electronics, I personally recommend Amazon, and for things like appliances, the best place I would say to get them will be to just get them like at Argos if you have one near where you're staying, because then you just pick it up, collect it, and just go home and not worry about it. Might not have the best selection, might not have the best pricing, especially if you want it same day, but some things you just need to get now, like a water filter or a kettle. And that leads me to the next thing, and that leads me to the last thing, which I personally think is super duper important: water. Water here is garbage. Well, I mean, depends on where in the world you're coming from, obviously. I came from Singapore, and our piping system, our plumbing, our water tastes great. It doesn't taste hard. It's not full of like limestone and minerals, and it doesn't taste like rocks. In London, though, because it's an old city with old plumbing, and it probably has poor maintenance, and also the fact that just the water in the United Kingdom is pretty hard and full of limestone and minerals, it tastes extremely weird to me. It's also very dry on the skin when you shower and things like that, so you kind of have to moisturize a little bit more and take care of your skin a little bit more, which I hate. So what I've had to do is I've had to buy a water filter. It's called a Brita. It's the most common one. It's not that expensive, and I filter all the water that I drink, and then I boil it in a kettle to kill all the bacteria, because I really don't trust the water here. Also, what I did find is that the water here is really harsh, so it kind of dries out my throat a lot because I'm not used to the level of minerals and salt in it, and it kind of gave me a really bad like throat infection, pneumonia thing. So yeah, it's important to get clean quality water in you because you are made out of water, right? And with that, that's the 5 most important things I feel like anyone moving to London to live as a student need to know and need to get settled. I hope that helped. If it didn't, like and subscribe anyway, because this is like my 3rd video. Videos are going to get way better than this.